Hi there, welcome to second episode of today of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is yet another disturbance in the streets of Scotland containing knives. This story is covered by a few regional outlets, and the STV, if you go into their, not the national, but the regional Glasgow and West News, you'll find the headline, 3 men in hospital after disturbance breaks out at flats. 3 men have been arrested in connection with the disturbance. 3 men have been taken to hospital for a disturbance at a block of flats in Paisley. Emergency services, including armed police, were called to reports of a disturbance on Stevenson Street around 7:45 p.m. Monday, that's last night. 2 men, aged 33 and 35, were taken by ambulance to the Queen Elizabeth University Hospital for treatment, while a 48-year-old was taken by ambulance to the Royal Alexandra Hospital. The men remain in hospital for treatment and their conditions are currently unknown, but all 3 have been arrested in connection with the incident. A Police Scotland spokesperson said around 7:45 on Monday, September the 2nd, police received a report of a disturbance in Stevenson Street, Paisley. Officers attended and 2 men aged 33 and 35 were taken by ambulance to the QEUH Hospital, and a 48-year-old man was taken to the Royal Alexandra Hospital. The 3 men are currently being treated for hospital for their injuries. 3 men have been arrested in connection with the incident and inquiries are ongoing. So, that's STV. The Glasgow Live website has some similar but extra details. Armed cops swarmed Paisley Street as 3 men hospitalised amid disturbances with bladed weapons. Images on social media show police at the scene at nearby flats in Carlside amid a major response last night. It is understood the incident involved bladed weapons, with locals reporting swords being used. 3 men in hospital, blah blah blah. Just try to see if there's anything in the second story. This morning, police were pictured standing guard at the scene as inquiries continued. And it tells you about the 2 men, the 3 of them going to hospital. So there we go. Different news outlets with slightly different versions of what has been on. And there's a third one at Daily Record. Armed cops swoop on blade rammy on Scottish Street as 3 men rushed to hospital. Renfrewshire Gazette, armed cops race to residential street amid incident involving weapons. Scottish Sun, armed cops lock down Scottish Street as stabbings. After stabbings as 3 rushed to hospital and 3 arrested. Glasgow Times, armed cops race to residential street amid incident involving weapons. So, there's definitely been weapons. It's been described as swords and knives and blades and stuff, so we don't really know. But yet again, for all those who have been saying, but all this knife crime's down south. Well, we had one last week up in East Kilbride where a man got his arm chopped off, his hand chopped off, and his friend hospitalised. And now we've got 3 men in Paisley. Somebody suggesting it's swords. So this isn't a problem unique to our English neighbours. This is a UK-wide problem. And the reason we see less of it is a simple arithmetic issue, that we have about 10%, if not less, of the population of the United Kingdom. Therefore, for every 10 you see down south, and we see 1 up here, that's the sort of ratio you should have. It may be actually a wee bit higher than that when you consider that's 4 people hospitalised with stabs, and you'd probably need to go back further than a week to find 40 cases that I've spoke about in the United Kingdom. But it's shocking, and let me tell you again, in fear of sounding boring and like a broken record, the Tory government in about January, February put together a new law, got it through Parliament, that means we're currently in a 29-day cycle of amnesty for handing back weapons, which are zombie knives, knives over 8 inches long, or machetes. You'll be compensated if you take them to a police station. And after that 29 days, it will be illegal to own, make or sell the weapons I've described. The Labour government's not told anybody about this. Yet, they've had perfect opportunity since the day those horrific incidents in Southport where those 3 beautiful girls were murdered at knife point. Okay? So the Labour government had a great opportunity then to tell us all about that, and they said, this is what's happening about knife crime. They've decided not to. They are wanting to remain oblivious to the whole sordid tale. So, what do we do? What do we do? Because if you protest, you're a far-right bigot, fascist, all these things. And if you wait for the government to do something about it, they ain't telling anybody. They think it will just magically disappear. It won't. This needs leadership. And would Hollywood give us it? I doubt it. I doubt it very much. So, can we have some leadership, please? Can we stop this madness that's on our streets? Can we give the citizens and residents of areas affected by knife crime some reassurances that at least something's been done? But I won't put the kettle on. I'm waiting for a video to come up live, which for some reason has been tagged by YouTube as questionable. And it talks about a 38-year-old guy called, I'm mad something. He gets stopped twice with a machete and drugs. He gets arrested, out in bail, waiting trial, get arrested again, the exact same thing. I know the second time he also had pepper spray, which is illegal. And he gets sentenced to 38 weeks in jail. I've seen people arrested for standing by witnessing protests. It's just gone bonkers, the things that this country thinks are important and things this country deem unimportant. And I would suggest the level of knife crime. But then, sentencing somebody to 38 weeks. Even for getting the drugs bit, right? I don't know what the tariff is for pepper spray, right? But some of that tariff is for possession of drugs with intent to sell them. Some of that tariff would have been for the pepper spray. And the rest of that tariff would have been divided between twice being caught on the streets and once while out in bail, carrying a machete in the streets of the United Kingdom. 38 weeks. Where is the deterrent there? There is none. And even if you should be looking at years for having the machete twice, forgetting all the other stuff, the pepper spray and the drugs, and whether it's intent or no intent to supply. That's the United Kingdom we currently live in, and it's no good enough. It's absolutely shocking, and I'll keep calling it out. I will keep putting these videos. I'll keep trying to raise awareness until someday, somebody, somewhere higher up than me, in some place with a bit of power, says, we've got a problem, but we're going to try and sort it. Until then, I'll keep making these videos. If you want people to see these videos, click the thumbs up button. It helps the analytics. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications bell. Leave your comments below. That also helps the analytics, and comments are always good to read. But most importantly of all, as long as you're not anybody that wanders about our streets with machetes thinking that's acceptable behaviour, and as long as you're not somebody that gives 38 months to somebody caught twice with a machete and drugs and pepper spray, see everybody else, have a great day. Cheery bye now.